Hey guys, this is Stacy from EatTheBite.com, and today I'm making a fantastic ginger pork stir fry with homemade chili oil, cilantro, and mint. Let me show you how to make it. I've got some thin pork sirloin cutlets for this one, and I'm going to start by cutting off some of the fat around the edges, just like you see here. Next, I'm cutting the pork into smaller stir-fry sized pieces. It doesn't really matter what size you cut them into, as long as they're all approximately the same size so they cook evenly. I transferred the pork to a bowl while I grated the ginger. You can use a knife or a peeler to get the skin off the ginger, then just run it along a microplane like this, or finely dice it with a sharp knife. I'll add the ginger to my pork bowl, along with some salt and pepper, and a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. Next, I'm going to break apart that clump of ginger a little and then start mixing all the ingredients together until everything is well combined. It should look about like this. I put the pork into a quart-sized slider bag. Then you want to squeeze out the air, slide it closed, and then I put that in the fridge overnight to marinate. Once the pork is marinated overnight, I'm going to peel some carrots, which are from my CSA farm share. After the carrots are peeled, I'm cutting them at a diagonal angle like you see here, and they should be about 1/4 inch in thickness. After all the carrots are cut, I'm going to put them in a pan with some olive oil, salt, and pepper. Then just give them a stir around the pan so all the carrots are coated. And we're going to put the lid on the pan, and yes, I'm aware that this lid does not really fit the pan, but it's going to be okay. Now I'm going to cook those carrots on low heat and then steam them for about 5 to 7 minutes. While the carrots are cooking, I'm going to chop my cilantro and mint. Or if you don't like cilantro, you can use basil and mint. I took about 3/4 of one bunch of cilantro and I started chopping it down like this. I don't want to chop it down too fine here. I did more of a rough chop for this one because this is a big part of the flavor of this dish, not just a garnish. Next, the mint. Same drill here. I chopped off about 3/4 of the bunch of mint. I picked out some of the larger stem pieces. Then I did a rough chop from there as well. Next, I added that to the bowl with the cilantro and tossed them together. Now I'm going to chop some garlic and onion for my stir fry. With the garlic, I just slice it into thin rounds, then dice it down into fine bits from there. This one I do want finely diced. I've got half a medium onion, which I'll slice lengthwise, then cut the onion into small chunks from there. I also have a beautiful poblano pepper from my CSA farm share, so I chopped that into chunks around the same size as the onion, just like you see here. I also have some scallions from my CSA share, which you can use for a garnish, so I chopped those down too. I am planning to drizzle my homemade chili oil with sediment on top of my stir fry. However, I have another drizzle that's really delicious that you might like as well. It's real simple. Just combine tahini, a little bit of sugar, that one's optional, dark soy sauce, and my homemade chili oil with sediment. I'll leave the link to that recipe below. Give it a good whisk until it's well combined, and then we'll set that aside for later. I've had a little oil heating in a pan, and I added my bag of marinated ginger pork. You should take a minute to separate all the pork pieces so they're laying flat in the pan. I let that cook on high heat for about 3 minutes so we can get a nice sear on that pork. Then we're going to give it a mix to turn the pieces, and you should have your kitchen tongs ready to turn the pork pieces individually as well. I let that cook for a minute on its own, then I added the peppers and onions to the pan. We're going to mix everything together until it's well combined and let it cook another couple of minutes here. After that, I did put some oil in the middle of the pan, and then I added that fresh garlic. We're going to let that cook for a minute on its own, and then I'm going to mix that garlic in to incorporate it into the stir fry. Once the garlic is mixed all the way through, it is time to add those awesome carrots we made earlier. We'll give everything a good stir for another minute or two, and if you'd like, you can add a little bit of salt here if you think it needs it. We'll give it another toss around the pan for a minute. Let's take a closer look at the finished product. And now it's time to eat the bite. I'm going to leave you with the live version of me sampling the pork stir fry. And don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already. Okay, I'm going to do an eat the bite right here because I am hungry. And I can't wait until I take the pictures. That's way too long. Okay, so pepper right there. So I'm getting a little tiny miniature portion for myself. What I like to do is take a little bit of chili oil and spread it over the, sprinkle it, drizzle it, whatever. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it on top here. And actually, maybe a little bit more. Okay. The best part about this, for me, is the cilantro mint topping. It just pushes this over the edge. I love cilantro mint. I love it, I love it, I love it. I want it everywhere. I know it's a weird thing to say, but I really, really love cilantro and mint together. And I love it on top of this pork stir fry. All right, now I've basically put my portion in a ramekin, which is gonna make it hard to dig a bite out of here. But I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna start with this. Oh my God. This is so delicious. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna need at least one more carrot in there. Oh no! Ah, party foul. And I'm gonna need a little more cilantro mint. Oh, I just keep loading it up with the cilantro mint the whole time. And the pork was seasoned perfectly. And I love ginger pork, and it's so easy to do. Because you're just putting ginger, pork, and a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper in a bag overnight. It's so easy to do. Oh, the cilantro mint. The chili oil. As I've mentioned, I've become obsessed with chili oil since I made it a couple months ago. I always have it, and I love drizzling it on top of stir fries just like this. I know you're gonna think I'm being excessive, but I'm putting more cilantro and mint in there. The pork is nice and tender, and I got that little sear on the outside, which I love doing. I wouldn't normally put the poblano pepper in here, but I got peppers in my farm share this week, and I love poblanos, and you just can't find them in the store right now for some reason. I don't know what that's about, but and that kick from the chili oil, ooh, just a little kick because I prefer mine mild, but it's got a kick. All right, here's a perfect bite I've assembled. I just got a little bit of all my favorite things. Oh. I'm gonna need one more little piece of pork for that last. It's really just hand making this for myself. I want that pepper too. There we are. The cilantro and mint. I know people have strong feelings about cilantro, and that's fine. If you don't want to use cilantro and mint, just use basil. But some kind of fresh green on top of this, some kind of fresh herb, is really what makes it. Delicious. This is a really easy stir fry to make. And I hope you give it a try. And remember, if you made my Dan Dan noodles, then you have the ingredients to make this extra sauce. Right now, for my Eat the Bite, I really wanted chili oil on my stir fry. But you can just as easily make this if you so choose. If you made the Dan Dan noodles, then you have all the ingredients to make this, and it's really delicious. And this is a quick and dirty sauce you can do for like any kind of stir fry, in my opinion. But also if you have those frozen dumplings on hand one day and you don't feel like cooking, you steam those, you fry them, and then you drizzle a little of this on there, ooh, you'll be all set. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed it. It's really delicious, and I hope you make it. Oh, that is so good. Really, it's so good. That's all for now, guys. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And as always, you'll find this and all the printable recipes over on my website at eatthebite.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.